So are you able to see my screen? Screen दिख रहा है?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay, so do you want to start?
Yes, let's start. I mean, I have kept the message on the group, so those
Sure.
who are joining in, I will admit them.
Okay, Saras. Okay. So let's start. Welcome everyone to our second session of Sutra Arth and Rahasya. So in this session, we are going to talk about what is yoga, what is anupreksha, and how to make a progress towards doing dhyan of Navakara Mantra. So before we start, let's start with the stuti of Navakara Mantra. Mantram sansara saram trijadagamupanam sarva papari mantram sansarocheda mantram visama visaharam karma nirmula mantram mantram siddhi pradhanam siva sukha jananam keval jnana mantram Mantram Shri Jaina Mantram Japa Japa Japitam Janma Nirvana Mantram. So before we begin our second session, let's look at what we learned in the first session. In the first session, we talked about the three major rahasyas within the Navakara Mantra. The first rahasya of the Navakara Mantra was based on the sounds within the Navakara Mantra. As per Suprasid Acharya and Vidwan, an Aradhak of Navakara Mantra, Bhadrankar Vijayji Maharaj Sahib, he mentions that there are 14 na sounds within the Navakara Mantra that stands or symbolizes for the knowledge of 14 purvas. Then there are 12 sounds in the Navakara Mantra that stands for the knowledge for Bara Ang. There are 9 Ahankar within Navakara Mantra that stands and symbolizes the no nidhis, that are the super treasures. Then there are 8 Sakar within the Navakara Mantra that symbolizes Art Siddhi, Asta Siddhi. Then there are 3 Lakar within the Navakara Mantra that stands for the 3 loks. There is Urdhvalok, Adholok, and Tirshalok. Then there are 3 Rakars within the Navakara Mantra that stands for 3 Ratnatrayis. That is the Moksha Marg in the form of Samyak Darshan, Samyak Jnana, and Samyak Charitra. And there are 9 Mahakar within the Navakara Mantra that stands for Char Mangal. The Char Mangals are arihants, siddh, sadhu, and dharma. And 5 Mahavrats. Then there are 2 Chakars within the Navakara Mantra that stands for 2 types of Charitra. There's a Desvriti Charitra, that is the 5th Gunasthanak, and the 6th Gunasthanak, that is Sarvavirti Charitra. Then there are 2 ka sounds within Navakara Mantra that stands for 2 types of karmas, gathi karma and agathi karma. Then there are 5 p pa kar within the Navakara Mantra that stands for Panch Parmeshti. And lastly, we saw that there are 2 a kar within the Navakara Mantra. And we saw this a is the 7th swar within the Sanskrit or Prakrit language. And it stands for 7 Urdhvalok or 7 Adholok. That forms the Chaud Rajlok. So this was the first rahasya we saw. Then the second rahasya we saw within the Navakara Mantra was that of 8 Sampada. So what are Sampadas? Sampadas are the breaks or stops, the Viram Sthan within the Navakara Mantra. The first 7 pad of Navakara Mantra has the 7 stops, and the last 2 pad of Navakara Mantra, Mangalanancha Savesim, Paramavai Mangalam, are spoken together and has got the 8 stop. These 8 Sampadas stands for Ashta Siddhi. As you know, 8 Sampadati Parmano Art Siddhi Datar. So what are these 8 Siddhis? We saw in the first session that these 8 Siddhis are Anima Siddhi, the ability to become smaller than the smallest, Mahima Siddhi, ability to grow larger, then Laguma Siddhi, ability to become weightless, then there's Prapti Siddhi, ability to instantaneously travel from one point to another point, then there's Prakamya Siddhi, that is Ichha Sakti, ability to acquire what you desire. Then 7th is Isitva Siddhi, is ability to control the living beings, like Vashikaran. And then the last Siddhi we saw was Vasitva Siddhi, that's ability to control all the 5 natural forces. So this was the second rahasya we saw in the first session. And the last thing we discussed in the first session was the third Rahasya, and that was based on the swar of or Vyanjan within the Namaskar mantra. As we saw that Sanskrit or even Hindi language, right? There is Hasva swar and Dirgha swar. So the Hasva swar are the swar that takes less time to speak, and the Dirgha swar are the swars that take more time to speak. So if you look at the Namaskar mantra, if you look at the first pad, say Namo Yantanam, there are 3 Hasva swars and 4 Dirgha swars. Na, A, Ri, and Ma are Na, A, Ri, and Ma are the Hasva swars, and Mo, Ham, Tanam are the Dirgha swars. So this 24 Hasva swars represents 24 Tirthankars. So when you are reciting the Namaskar mantra, you are actually also doing Namaskar to this individual 24 Tirthankars as well. So these are the 3 Rahasyas we discussed in the first session. So before we go into Yoga, Anupreksha and Dhyan of Namaskar mantra, I would like to discuss one more Rahasya of the Namaskar mantra. So the 4th Rahasya of the Namaskar mantra. This Rahasya of Namaskar mantra is based on the number of akshars or number of letters within the Namaskar mantra. The first 5 pad of Namaskar mantra has got 35 akshars. And the last 4 pad of Namaskar mantra, that is known as Chulika, has got 33 akshars. So can anyone tell me what does this number 35 symbolize and what does this number 33 symbolize in our Jain Shastra? The number 35, it's the answer to this is given in the first gatha of Jai Virai Sutra. And the 33 number is given in the second gatha of Suguru Vandan Sutra. So the number 35 symbolizes for 35 guns of Margansari Jivan. And number 33 symbolizes for 33 asatnas of Guru Maharaj Sahib. So the first gatha of Jai Virai Sutra, we say Jai Virai Jagaguru, Om Amam To Pava Bhayam, Bhavan Nivyo Magansaya Ittaphala Siddhi. So in this gatha of Jai Virai Sutra, we are saying, Hey Vitrak Paramatma, Hey Jagat Guru, with your prabhav, we are asking for 3 things. We are asking for Bhav Nirved. Bhav Nirved means Sansar Ki Asartha. Second, we are asking for Margansari Jivan. And third, we are asking for Ishtafal Ki Siddhi. So this word Margansari Jivan has 35 guns. And these are the guiding principles for us, and they form the foundation of our lifestyle. So the first 5 pad of the Namaskar mantra, and each akshar of this first 5 pad of Namaskar mantra stands for one of the each guns of the 35 guns of Margaran Sarita. So let's look at this 35 guns of Margaran Sarita. So the first gun of Margaran Sarita Jivan is Nyay Upajjhayas Dhan. So in our Grihastha life or our Shavak life, we have to earn our living. This is absolutely necessary and also essential. So our Shastras, it says that the money we earn should be earned in ethical and legal ways. And that should be according to the tax laws of the country. So that is the first gun of Margaran Sari Jivan, that is Nyay Upajjhayas Dhan. The second gun is Uchit Vivah. Now this is very, very important, especially here in US. In our Shastra, it is said that one should only marry within your own gotra and with the same cultural and the religious background. So that is called Uchit Vivah. This is very important for not just for the future of the marriage, but for the future of our Jain Dharma as well. The third gun of Margaran Sari is Sista Prasamsa. It means giving respect to elders. And the fourth gun is Satruta Tyag. Now, Satruta Tyag again is one of the very important gun. As we saw in the first session, the Maitri Bhavana. Maitri Bhavana is one of the very important guns for the success of Namaskar Mantra. One should not have dvesh or vair buddhi, hatred towards not even a single jeev in this life. The hatred with even a single jeev in this life is cause for ananta sansar. So Maitri Bhavana is a very basic gun for the success of the Namaskar Mantra. Then fifth gun of Margan's Jivan is Indriya Jai. Indriya Jai means control of senses. Panch Indriyo ka samvar. That is called Indriya Jai. Then sixth gun is Anistha Sthan Tyag. It says that one should not visit or live in a place that is harmful for your mind and body. For example, one should not visit places that has got lots of natural calamities or have lots of diseases like plague, etc. The seventh gun of Markan's Jivan is Uchit Graha. In Shastra, it is said that you should always live within the Jain community. This is very, very important for the sanskar of your family as well as sanskar of your kids. Then the eighth gun of Margan's Jivan is Pap Bhai or Pap Viruddha. This is one of the important gun for, and we saw in the first session, it's one of the lakshans of Samyak Drashti Jiv, Pap Viruddha. We saw one gatha of Vanditu that says Samyak Drashti Jivo, Javir Pam Samari Kinchi, Appo Hoy Bando, Jainam Nat Viddham Tasam Kunai. It says that Samyak Drashti Jiv does not do pap in Nirdhvan's manner. And whenever he or she does pap, he takes alochna and pratikraman immediately. So that is pap bhiruda. The ninth gun of Marganasari Jivan is Desachar Palan. Desachar Palan means following the rules and regulations of the society. 10th gun of Marganasarika is Lokpriyata. In Shastras, it is said that all the Shravaks are usually Lokpriya because of their sukruts. They gain popularity by helping others as well as doing Anukampa Dan. Then 11th gun of Marganasari Jivan is Uchit Vyay. One should only spend within the limits. In Shastras, it is said that whatever money that you earn, minimum 10% of the money should be given back to the Dharma, should be used for Dharma Kriya and Dharma Dan. Then 12th gun is Uchit Vyavhar. Now Uchit Vyavhar includes lots of things, but one of the things that includes in Uchit Vyavhar is having the right type of dressing. You should wear right type of clothes. Then 13th gun is Matru Pitru Pujan. In our Arya Sanskriti, it's our custom and tradition to touch the feet of Mata and Pita every morning. And it's also custom to touch the feet of Mata and Pita before you go out of the house and after coming back to the house. Furthermore, in the Shastra, it is said that one should only have lunch and dinner after Mata and Pita is eaten first. So this is basically respecting Mata and Pita. The 14th gun is called Satsang. In the Mano Jinanam Sajjay, it describes 36 kartavyas of Shravak. And one of the kartavyas of Shravak is Dhammiyana Satsango. It means one should always be in contact with the Dharmi Jiv. And furthermore, it is said that one should have one Kalyan Mitra in one's life that can give you right direction at right time. The 15th gun is Kritagnata. Kritagnata means gratitude towards the smallest upkar of others. The 16th and 17th gun are related to what you eat. It's related to the food and bhojan. It says that one should only eat after the previous food that you have eaten is digested. So in science, we have seen that it takes at least minimum 6 hours to digest the food. So you should wait for at least 6 hours before eating the next food. And the 17th is Uchit Ahar. Uchit Ahar includes lots of things. It includes Ratri Bhojan Tyag, Kanmur Tyag, Abhaksha Tyag, Anantakai Tyag. And basically it says eating right and healthy food. The 18th gun is Jnani Puja. It means puja of Guru Maharaj Sahib as well as pujan of the Shravaks who are more knowledgeable than you. The 19th gun of Marganasari Jivan is Nindit Karya Tyag. That means renouncing of all the activities that are objectionable to the society and religion. For example, Tyag of taking drugs, Tyag of smoking or gambling, those kind of activities. The 20th gun is called Bharan Poshan. It means you should take care of all your dependents. The 21st gun is called Dirgha Drashtita. Dirgha Drashtita means whenever you take any action, you should first think about its consequences, so you do not regret after taking the action. The 22nd gun is called Dharma Shravan. Now in Shastra, it is said that one should do Dharma Shravan or Swadhyay at least for 48 minutes. That means one should do one Samayik every day. This Dharma Shravan includes doing Swadhyay or listening to Vachna of Guru Maharaj Sahib. The 23rd gun is Daya. Now Daya is also a very important gun, and it's one of the lakshans of the Samyak Drashti Jiv. It means showing kindness towards the less fortunate Jiv. The 24th gun is Buddhi. Now, in our Shastra, it is said that one should follow 8 rules to develop proper intellect. Or doing a Swadhyay, one should follow 8 basic principles. The first principle is Sushusha. Sushusha means Jignyasa, the desire to learn something is the first step. The second step is Shravan. Shravan is basically doing Swadhyay, reading Shastra, or listening to Vachna. The third gun is called Grahan. So after you have read or after you have listened, you should try to remember what you have listened and what you have read. The fourth gun is Dharana. Dharana is basically thinking or contemplating on what you have read or what you have listened. The fifth and sixth gun are called Uha and Apo. The Uha and Apo it means logical thinking or tarkabat thinking. You should do positive reasoning and negative reasoning to what you have read. And after that, the seventh is called Artha Vignan. It means deriving the earth or meaning of the Swadhyay. And the last is called Tattvagnan. Tattvagnan is basically deriving the secrets or hidden meaning or Rahasya within the Sutra and the Shastra. So these are the 8 steps to doing a proper Swadhyay. The 25th gun is called Gun Pakshpat. Gun Pakshpat means admiring the virtues of others. That means Sukrut Anumodna. The 26th gun is called Duragra Tyag. That means Tyag of all the Anuchit Kriyas. The 27th gun is called Jnanarjan. Jnanarjan is again one of the very important guns. It says one should always try to acquire new knowledge every day. In our Shastras, it is said that at least you should do one new gatha or one new sutra shravan every day. The 28th is Seva Bhakti. Now, Seva Bhakti includes the Vaiyavach of Sadhu Maharaj Sahib as well as Sadharmik Bhakti. 29th is Trivark Sadhan. It means that one should, whenever you do any kriya of dharma, earth, or kam, it should not be harmful to others. The 30th gun is Des Kal Jnana. That means doing right thing at the right time. The 31st gun of Margan's Jivan is Balabal Vichar. So that means if you are starting any new activity or any new endeavor, however advantageous the activity or endeavor may be, you should first think that you are able to start and finish the activity. If you are unable or if you don't have the ball, of doing or starting and finishing the kriya, you should not start the kriya. That is called Balabal Vichar. The 32 and 33 are related to doing Paropkar Kriya. It means doing social welfare activities as well as helping others. The 34th gun of Margan's Jivan is again very, very important gun. It's called Lajja or sense of shame. This sense of shame is important because it stops you from doing anything wrong or anything anuchit. And the last gun of Margan's Jivan is called Samyata. In Shastra, it is said that Shravaks are always prasanna. They are always cheerful, they are soft at heart and well-mannered. So these are the 35 guns of Margan's Jivan. So each akshar of the first 5 pads of Navakara Mantra stands for one of each of these guns of Margan's Jivan. So next, the next Rahasya of the Navakara Mantra is the last 4th pad of Navakara Mantra. So as per Bhadrankar Vijayji Maharaj Sahib, there are 33 asatnas of sadhu and sadhvis, mostly in the sadhu jivan. And there's the sutra called Suguru Mandan Sutra that we say in Pratikaman every day. Jattabe Javani Janchabe Kamami Kamashno Devasya Vaikam Avasya Parikami Kamashanam Devasya Asaya Tithi Sanrai. The word Tithi Sanrai stands for 33 asatnas that you perform during towards the Guru Maharaj side. So what are the 33 asatnas? So the first 9 asatnas are basically related to either walking, standing or sitting. So in the sadhu jivan, whenever you are doing vihar, with Sadhu Maharaj Sahib. It's a achar that you walk behind Guru Maharaj Sahib, maintaining certain distance. So the first asana is walking in front of Guru Maharaj Sahib. Second asana is walking side by side Guru Maharaj Sahib. The third asana is walking too close behind Guru Maharaj Sahib without maintaining distance. The fourth asana is standing in front of Guru Maharaj Sahib without any reason. Fifth asana is standing beside Guru Maharaj Sahib without any particular reason. And the sixth asana is standing too close behind Guru Maharaj Sahib without any reason. And similarly, seventh, eighth, ninth is related to sitting. Now, 10th asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib is whenever you go with Guru Maharaj Sahib in the Sadhu Jivan to Thandil Bhumi, returning back before Guru Maharaj Sahib returns is one of the asanas of Guru Maharaj Sahib. Then there is also an achar in the Sadhu Jivan that whenever you go out, either to go for Gochri or for Thandil Bhumi, whenever you come back, you have to do Iryaviyam. So doing Iryaviyam before Guru Maharaj Sahib comes, when you have gone together, is one of the asanas of Guru Maharaj Sahib. The next 5 asanas are related to Gochri. Now in Sadhu Jivan, you might know that there is an achar that whenever you come back from Gochri, you have to disclose all the faults that you have committed while taking the Gochri. Secondly, you have to show the Gochri to Guru Maharaj Sahib. You have to have Guru Maharaj Sahib take the Gochri first, and then you have to take the Agnya of Guru Maharaj Sahib to distribute the Gochri among other Muni Bhagwans. So the 12th asana is disclosing the faults to others before disclosing the faults to Guru Maharaj Sahib. Is the asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib. The 13th asana is showing the Gochri to others before showing Gochri to Guru Maharaj Sahib. The 14th asana is inviting others to take the Gochri before Guru Maharaj Sahib takes the Gochri. And the 15th asana is distribute the Gochri without the permission of Guru Maharaj Sahib. And 16th asana is giving ordinary Gochri to Guru Maharaj Sahib and taking the best Gochri for yourself. So these are the asana related to Gochri. Now the 17th asana is basically Avinay, 17, 18, 19. It shows like whenever Guru Maharaj Sahib calls your name, not replying to Guru Maharaj Sahib is the asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib. The 19th asana is whenever Guru Maharaj Sahib calls you, you have to stand up and then reply back to Guru Maharaj Sahib. So replying back to Guru Maharaj Sahib while sitting or while sleeping is the asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib. The 20th asana is replying immodestly or addressing Guru Maharaj Sahib without proper respect. Then 22nd is one of the very big asanas. It's basically not doing the work shown by Guru Maharaj Sahib. That means you are not following the Agnya. Guru Maharaj Sahib ni Agnya nu palan. So that is the most important. So that is 22nd asana. 23rd is replying to Guru Maharaj Sahib with loud or harsh tone. Then again, there is one more achar in Sadhu Jivan that if someone comes to visit Guru Maharaj Sahib, you have to first disclose Guru Maharaj Sahib who has come to visit. So disclosing to others before disclosing to Guru Maharaj Sahib is again asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib. Then 25th to 33 asanas are in the Upajjhayas Sutra. In the Upajjhayas Sutra, we say alave, sallave, uchasane, samasare, antarbhasaya, ori bhasaya, all those things, right? So speaking in middle, that is called antarbhasaya, and interrupting Guru Maharaj Sahib while Guru Maharaj Sahib is speaking is ori bhasaya. Then to preach the Guru Maharaj Sahib, not to praise the words of Guru Maharaj Sahib. So etc. These are all part of Avinay. And Uchasane, Samasana, it means sitting in the higher or the equivalent asana as Guru Maharaj Sahib, or touching the asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib with legs and not taking Shamapna. And the last, the 33 asana is sitting on the asana of Guru Maharaj Sahib. So these are the 33 asana that usually happens in the Sadhu Jivan. So this was the fourth major Rahasya within the Navakara Mantra. So the first Rahasya was based on the sounds. Second Rahasya was the Sampada. Third Rahasya was based on the Swar and Vyanjans. and the fourth Rahasya was based on the number of aksharas or letters within the Navakara Mantra. So later on, when we talk about Anupreksha and Dhyan, we'll see how to use all these four Rahasyas for your Anupreksha and then ultimately achieving Dhyan. So now let's start with our discussion of what is yoga, what is anupreksha, and then we can start our discussion on dhyan. So this is very deep subject, and today probably we'll cover, there are 8 different steps. I think today we'll cover the first 3 steps of yoga sadhana, and then in the next section we can talk about the remaining 5 steps. So there are lots of shastras in our Jain dharma on yoga and dhyan. One of the oldest known shastra is called Dhyan Shatak. It was written by Jin Bhadragari Shamashraman in the 6th century. Now, one thing to remember is before the 6th century, nothing was written. Everything was through Mukpat. So that's why we don't have the written shastras before the 6th century. So the first known shastra that is available on Dhyan in Jain dharma is called Dhyan Shatak. Later in the 8th century, the last Purvadhar, Haribhadra Suri Maharaj created extensive shastras. If you know, he created 1,444 shastras, out of which only few shastras are available right now. And some of the shastras on yoga and dhyan that are available right now from Haribhadra Suri Maharaj are Yog Drishti Samuchya, Yog Bindu, Yog Vimshika, and Yog Shatak. Then later in the 12th century, Kalikal Sauragna Hemchandracharya created Adbhut Shastra called Yog Shastra. And he describes the 8-step process to achieving dhyan and ultimately samadhi. And this is the 8-step process that we are going to see today. So we can ultimately, find out how to do the dhyan of Navakara Mantra. And lastly, Yashovijayji Maharaj Sahib, Upajjhayadi Yashovijay Maharaj Sahib, before 300 years, has written a tika on this Yog Shastra, and as well as created Ant Drashtini Sajjay, and it's also based on yoga and dhyan. So these are some of the shastras that are available today in our Jain dharma. So first question, before we discuss what is yoga sadhana, we have to first understand what is yoga. So there are lots of definitions in various shastras on yoga, but one of the simplest definition of yoga is man, vachan and kaya ni kriya that leads to moksha. Je moksha so jode anusandhan kari ape in Gujarati. So whatever activities of man, vachan and kaya you do that ultimately gives you moksha is called yoga in our Jain dharma. So the first definition of yoga is found in Dhanang Sutra. In Dhanang Sutra, it says that activities of man, vachan and kaya, that is disciplining and regulating the activities of man, vachan and kaya, is called yoga. Then second definition of yoga is found in Sutra Krutang Agam. In Sutra Krutang Agam, it says that whatever activity you do, you have to do the activities cautiously and carefully. So not to cause harm to others as well as harm to yourself. So that is called yoga. The third definition is given by Haribhadra Sri Maharaj Sahib in Yog Drishti Samuchya. It says that any activities of man, vachan and kaya undertaken or done without haste and with full attentiveness, that means with full jagruti, is called yoga. So if you look at all these definitions, they almost mean the same thing. It all means that all the activities of man, vachan and kaya that you do ultimately gives you moksha is called yoga. And the last definition that I want to discuss is given by Bhagwan Mahavir in Uttradhyan Sutra. So Bhagwan Mahavir in Uttradhyan Sutra says that Panch Samiti and Tron Gupti is called yoga. So in order to understand the yoga, one has to understand what are Panch Samitis and what are Tron Guptis. So what are Panch Samitis? So Samiti means control or regulation, and Gupti means restraint. So there are Panch Samitis. Those are Iriya Samiti, Bhasa Samiti, Ashna Samiti, Adan, Bandh, Vad, Nikiran Samiti, and Parishta Panika Samiti. So the first Samiti is called Iriya Samiti. Iriya Samiti means regulation in walking. So there are 4 things under Iriya Samiti. The first thing is you should walk barefoot wherever possible. The second thing is you should not walk while it's raining. The third thing is you should not walk on the green vegetation or green grass. And the fourth thing is you should look down while you are walking to avoid any jiv hinsa. So these are the four important things for Iriya Samiti Palan. The second is Bhasa Samiti. The Bhasa Samiti also includes four things. It says whatever we speak should not have eight dosh. The eight dosh are char kashay, that is krodh, man, maya, lobh, and then hashya, bhay, parninda, and jugupsa. The second thing is whatever you speak should not be virudh, jinagnya. The third thing is whatever you speak should not provoke mithyatva. And the fourth thing in Bhasa Samiti is whatever you speak should not cause harm to others. So these are the four things you should follow in daily life. The third Samiti is called Asna Samiti. Now Asna Samiti is just for Sadhu Maharaj Sahib. It means whatever gochri they get should be devoid of 42 dosh. There are 42 dosh of gochri that we will probably discuss sometime later. But the food that they get should be without the 42 dosh. The fourth Samiti is called Hadan Bhanvan Nikyavana Samiti. It means regulation of taking the items and keeping the items. So it says whenever you take up anything, any article or anything, you should first do pramarjana before keeping that item. So not to kill any small insects. So that is called Adan Bhanvat Nikyavana Samiti. And the fifth Samiti is again for Sadhu Maharaj Sahib. It's called Parishtapanika Samiti. It's basically control and regulation of disposal of bodily waste. It includes two things. It includes, the first thing is the bodily waste should only be disposed at a place where there is no jeeves and place where does not cause the growth of jeev or germs. The second thing is you should dispose only at a place that does not cause nuisance or inconvenience to others. So these are the Panch Samiti. So what are Tron Gupti? Gupti means restraint. So there's Man Gupti, Vachan Gupti, and Kaya Gupti. In Man Gupti, it says that you have to always be in Dharma Dhyan and Subh Dhyan. That is 24 hours a day. You should not be in Artha Dhyan and Rauta Dhyan. That is called Man Gupti. Vachan Gupti is following of Maun. It says you should be in Maun for the most part of the day. You should only speak when it is absolutely necessary. That is called Vachan Gupti. And third is Kaya Gupti. Now, Kaya Gupti is for Sadhu Maharaj Sahib, it applies for them for 24 hours. And for us, when we do Samayik. So it says that one should not move the body unless it is absolutely necessary. So this is called Kaya Gupti. So these are Panch Samiti and Tron Gupti, and that is basically the definition of yoga. So now the main topic of discussion today is the Yoga Shastra by Kalikal Sarvagna Hemchandracharya. Now, Kalikal Sarvagna Hemchandracharya has given us the 8 steps to achieving Dhyan and ultimately Samadhi. These 8 steps are Yam, Niyam, Asam, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. Now, one of the most important things to remember here is all these steps are sequential. That means you cannot achieve Samadhi before you achieve Dhyan. And you cannot achieve Dhyan before you have achieved Dharana. Similarly, you cannot achieve dharana before you have achieved pratyahar. So these are all sequential steps. So the first step in the yoga sadhana is called yam. So what is yam? So Kalikal Sarvagna Hemchandracharya in Yoga Shastra says that 5 Mahavrat for sadhus and 5 anuvrats for savak are the 5 yams. Now these yams, as you all know, are ahimsa, satya, aste, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. Now, the observance or following of these 5 principles is very, very important to make a spiritual progress towards Dhyana and Samadhi. Person who does not follow these 5 basic principles cannot make any progress. They cannot move to the second step. So, for example, the first yam is called ahimsa. So, for example, person who is eating meat, right, or who is eating eggs, person who is not following Jaina, person who is not following Iriya Samiti, person who is doing Ratri Bhojan, person who is eating Kanmur, all those things, right? It all is a tremendous hinsa of Traskai Jiv. So person cannot make spiritual progress without this basic gun. That's why the first step in yoga sadhana is this following these 5 basic principles. Similarly, brahmacharya, one should follow brahmacharya of man, vachan, and kaya. And similarly, aparigraha. Aparigraha is again very, very important gun. And aparigraha basically means upsambhav or nirved bhav. That means detachment towards worldly things, detachment towards parpudgal. There are three types of detachment. There is detachment towards physical things, those are money, house, etc. Then said there is a detachment towards your own family members. And the third is detachment towards your own body. So one should have some level of detachment to make a spiritual progress. So second step in Yog Sadhana is called Niyam or it's called Pachkan. Now Umaswati Ji Maharaj Sahib in Tattvat Sutra has described Chha Bahya and Chha Abhyantar Tab as a part of Niyam and Pachkan. So Chha Bahya Tab are Ansan, Unodari, Vritti Sansev, Ras Parityak, Kaya Klesh, and in Indriya Salinta. And Chha Abhyantar Tab are Prayashit, Vinay, Vayavaj, Swadhyay, Dhyan, and Kausar. So what are the Chha Bahya Tap? The first Bahya Tap is called Ansan. So Ansan means basically renouncing the food or giving up food is called Ansan. So taking the Pachkan of Upvas, taking the Pachkan of even Ambel, Ekashnu, Nivi, or taking the Pachkan of Chavihar, Tivihar, Duvihar, this all falls under Ansan. The second Bahya Tap is called Unodari. Unodari is basically eating less than what you desire. So for example, if you are eating say 3 or 4 times a day, cutting down to eating to 1 or 2 times a day is called unodarita. Or for example, if you're eating say 5 or 4 rotlis, eating just couple of rotlis, it falls under unodarita. The third Bahya Tap is called Vritti Samshep. Vritti Samshep means taking some kind of abhigrah or some kind of resolution. This Vritti Samshep Tap can be done in 4 different ways. There's Dravya, Kshetra, Kar, and Bhav. Dravya means limiting the number of items that you take is called Dravya Abhigrah. Then there is Kshetra Abhigrah. That means taking food only at a specific location is called Kshetra Abhigrah. Then there is Kal Abhigrah. That means taking food only at particular time is called Kal Abhigrah. And then there is a Bhav Abhigrah. That means taking food only when certain conditions are met is called Bhav Abhigrah. Now we all know about Bhagwan Mahavir, right? Bhagwan Mahavir ka 6 mahine ka upvas. So Bhagwan Mahavir, took Abhigrah, in the Kosambi Nagari. We all know about the Ghor Abhigrah of Dravya Kshetra Karan Bhav he took on Poshvadekam. So Bhagwan Mahavir took the Dravya Abhigrah that he will only accept Arad ka Bakura as food. He took Kshetra Abhigrah that he will only accept the food from a person whose 1 feet is inside the house and 1 feet is outside the house. That is called Kshetra Abhigrah. He took Kal Abhigrah that he will only accept the food in the afternoon or after the lunch has passed. And he took Bhav Abhigrah that he will only accept the food from Pavitra Sati Stri, who was once a Rajkumari, but now is a Dasi, who is enslaved, has got one bedi, has got bedi in is tied to a bedi, who has got attam thap, has got tears in the eyes, and has no hair on the head. So this was a Bhav Abhigrah Bhagwan Mahavir took. So this is what we call as Vritti Shamsek Tap. The fourth is the Ras Tyag. Ras Tyag means renouncing the tasty food. It's called Ras Tyag. For example, doing Ambel Tap falls under Ras Tyag. Or doing Tyag of at least 1 or more vigais. The 6 vigais are milk, curd, oil, ghee, sugar, and jaggery. So doing at least 1 vigai Tyag falls under Ras Tyag. And the last type of Bahya Tap is called Kaya Klesh. Kaya Klesh means Kaya ko kashta dena or some kind of hardship. For example, doing loj with the hands falls under Kaya Klesh, or walking barefoot, traversing barefoot is Kaya Klesh, or upsarg sahan karna, that is also Kaya Klesh. Thandi garmi sahan karna, without the use of AC, without the use of fan or heater. This all falls under Kaya Klesh. And the last Bahya Tap is called Sanlinta. Sanlinta is 4 types. There is Indriya Sanlinta, that means control of the 5 senses. Then there is Kashai Sanlinta, there is control of 4 Kashais, Krodh, Man, Maya, Lobh. Then there is Yog Salinta. Yog Salinta is basically following Panch Samiti and Tron Gupti. Is basically Yog Salinta. And the last is Vivakchaya Salinta. That means avoiding places that is harmful for your spiritual progress. So these are the Chha Bahya Tap. The next are the Chha Abhyantar Tap. So what are the 6 Abhyantar Tap? The first Abhyantar Tap is Prayashchit. So in our Shastras, the Prayashchit is of 2 types. There is Alochana Prayashchit as well as Pratikaman. So Alochana means confessing our pap or mistake in front of Guru Maharaj Sahib and then implementing whatever Guru Maharaj Sahib gives. Whatever Prayashchit Guru Maharaj Sahib gives, implementing that Prayashchit is called Alochana. The second is Pratikaman. The Pratikaman is the Avashyak Kriya. That means it's a mandatory Kriya for the Shravaks. So Pratikaman is a Sanskrit word. And the meaning of Pratikaman is Paap se piche hatna, Paapti pacha hatvu. That is called Pratikaman. So there are 5 types of Pratikaman that Shravaks has to do. There is Rai and Devasi Pratikaman, then there is Chaudas, there is Chaumasi, and then there is Samvatsari Pratikaman. And again, this is mandatory. The second Abhyantar Tap is called Vinay. So in the first session, we saw that Vinay is the most important gun in our Jain Dharma. The first gun to enter to make progress or even enter the Jain Dharma is Vinay. In our Shastra, there is a famous saying, Vinaya Moolam Dhammo. That means Dharma no mool Vinay che. Without Vinay, there is no Dharma. In Shastra, it is further said that a Vinay Atma does not deserve moksha. A moksha no adhikari nati. So Vinay is so important. So Vinay basically means Namaskar or absence of ego is called Vinay. This Vinay gun is so important that we saw in the first session that Namo in Navkar Mantra basically gives us this Vinay gun. And this word Namo is repeated 5 times within the Navkar Mantra, showing the importance of the Vinay gun. The third type of Abhyantar Tap is called Vaiyavach. Vaiyavach is basically Sadhu Sadhvini Seva, or that's called Vaiyavach. So whenever you do Seva of Sadhu Sadhvi Maharaj Sahib with full devotion and without any selfish motive, is called Vaiyavach. So in our Shastras, there are 10 different people or 10 Atmas that deserve Vaiyavach. These are Acharya, Upajjhaya, Sadhu Bhagwans, even Tapasvis. Tapasvi ka Vaiyavach karne ka hota hai. Then person who has taken new Diksha, person who is, the Sadhu Bhagwans who are sick, Sadhu Bhagwans who are older, a group of Shishya under Acharya Maharaj Sahib, that is called Kul. Then Chaturvid Sangh. Now you have to do Vaiyavach of the Chaturvid Sangh that includes all the Sadhu, Sadhvi, Shravak and Shravikas. And then person who is spiritual equal. So these are the 10 people who deserves our Vaiyavach. The fourth Abhyantar Tap is called Swadhyay. Now Swadhyay is considered as the most important tap out of all the 12 taps. The Swadhyay basically means reading the Shastras or listening to Vyakhyan of Guru Maharaj Sahib. So Swadhyay, as we saw in Margansari Jivan, that one has to do 1 Samayik at least per day. So one has to do Swadhyay at least for 48 minutes per day. So Swadhyay, there are 5 types of Swadhyay. The first type of Swadhyay is called Vachna. Vachna is basically reading Shastra or listening to Vyakhyan. Second is Pruchna. So whenever there is any doubt, when you are reading or listening, clearing the doubt by asking Guru Maharaj Sahib is called Pruchna. So Pruchna is also part of Swadhyay. Third is Paravartan. Paravartan is basically reading something you have read, you are reading that again or rememorizing. It's called Paravartan. The fourth is Anupreksha. Anupreksha is a process of thinking or contemplating on what you have read. Chintan karna, or dharna, that is called Anupreksha. And the fifth is the Dharma Katha, that is reading the Jain stories of various, Sadhu Bhagwans or whatever. It's called Dharma Katha. So that is the 5 types of Swadhyay. The fifth Abhyantar Tap is Dharma Dhyan and Shukla Dhyan that we will see later on. And 6th type of Abhyantar Tap is called Kausarg. Kausarg is basically, giving up our comfort and staying motionless in a steady position and doing Dharma Dhyan or Sukh Dhyan is called Kausarg. So these are the six Abhyantar Tap. Then second category of niyam that falls under this category is the Chaud niyams of Shravak. So Kalikal Sarvajnya Hemchandra Acharya says that this Chaud Niyam, there are lots of things in this world or in this life that you are not going to use or you are not going to use daily. There are things that you may not even need, but there is a continuous ashram of karmas, even from things that are not you are not going to use. The reason is you don't have niyam or pachkan of that. So taking this chaud niyam is mandatory. If you do not take this chaud niyam, then you get atichar, or you basically you are basically doing path. So this chaud niyam is compulsory or mandatory in our shastras. This chaud niyam are sachit, davva, vigai, vahan, tambol, vatta, kusumesu, vahan, sanat, vilayvana, bambanijinar, bhattesu. So what are these chaud niyam? So the first niyam that you should take daily, or basically this niyam are taken two times, once in the morning and once in the evening. So it is taken for 12 hours. So the first niyam is called sachit. So the food that we eat are of two types. There is sachit food and achit food. Now sachit food is the food that has got life, is called sachit food, and food that does not have life is called achit food. So example of sachit food includes raw vegetables, uncut fruits, salt, and ordinary drinking water. So the first niyam is you can take niyam that you will not consume more than, say, for example, 5 fruits, 5 vegetables, or not drink more than certain amount of water. So that is the first niyam. Now, one of the most important things to understand here is the raw vegetables. Raw vegetables are sachit food. So one of the very big mistakes that we are doing in our life, especially here in US and even in our Jain center, is we serve salad. Now, salad is sachit food. In our dharma, it is said that you cannot serve or eat raw vegetables. You have to always cook the vegetables, make it achit, and then you have to eat. So this is the one of the big mistakes of eating raw vegetables that we are committing. So that is something I wanted to bring. And then second is dravya. So dravya is basically limiting the number of items you eat. So for example, if you are eating 10 items, limiting to 8 or 9 or even 5 or 6 items is called dravya niyam. The third niyam is vigai. The whatever you consume, the consumables that gives the strength to the body is called vigai. In our shastra, there are 6 ordinary vigais and 4 mahavigais. The 4 mahavigais are banned, completely banned for entire life. These are meat, then honey, all those things, alcohol. So these are the mahavigais. But there are 6 ordinary vigais. Those are milk, curd, ghee, oil, sugar, and sweet. So one should take niyam of at least tyag of 1 vigai per day. So that is called niyam of vigai. Then fourth is vana. Vana means the footwears or the whatever the shoes or whatever you wear. So you can take niyam that you will not wear more than 2 or 3 pairs of shoes per day. Then the fifth is tambol. Tambol is basically mukwas like pan, supari, dhana dal, etc. So taking niyam of taking only 1 mukwas per day or something like that is called tambol. Sixth is vastra. Vastra is the clothes you wear. So taking niyam that you will not wear more than 5 pair of clothes per day or 10 pair of clothes per day is called vastra. Seventh is kusum. Kusum is perfume. So taking niyam that you will not use more than 1 type of perfume or you will not use perfume for more than 3 times a day is called the kusum niyam. Then eighth is vahan. Vahan refers to vehicles. This includes all type of vehicles that are cycle, scooter, car, train, plane, ships, everything. So taking niyam that you will not use train or ship on that particular day is the niyam, or taking niyam that you will not drive more than 2 or 3 vehicles per day is the eighth niyam. The ninth niyam is shayan. Shayan is all the things you use for sleeping, like pillow, blankets. So limiting the number of items that you use for sleeping is called shayan. Tenth is vilepan. Vilepan is all the cosmetics. It includes everything like shampoo, body wash, everything. So limiting the number of items you use per day is vilepan. 11th is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is again very important. Taking niyam that you will follow brahmacharya of man, vachan, and kaya that particular day is 11th niyam. Then 12th is disha. Disha means direction. You can take niyam that you will not go in particular direction more than say 100 miles or 1000 miles is the disha. And 13th is snan. Snan is basically taking bath. Taking niyam that you will not do snan more than 2 times a day, or taking niyam that you will not use more than one balti of water during snan is the 13th niyam. And 14th niyam is related to bhojan or food. It means uh, deciding on the time, right? For example, deciding that you will only eat between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. That is the bhojan niyam, or even deciding that you will not eat more than 2 or 3 times a day. Now this bhojan, by default it includes ratri bhojan tyag, kanmur tyag, abhaksha tyag, all those are by default. So these are the 14 niyams. So the first step in yoga sadhana we saw was, following of the panch mahavrats for sadhu and panch anuvrats for shavaks. That is following the 5 basic principles. The second step we saw to make progress towards dhyan and sadhana is taking some kind of niyam in life or some kind of pachkan. Now in Shastra, it is said that one should be in niyam 24 hours a day. That means a Shravak cannot be out of niyam for any single moment. So taking these 14 niyams is very easy, very simple, and can be tailored as per your individual needs. And by taking these 14 niyams, you are not only controlling or regulating your life, but you are also stopping the ashra of all the unwanted karmas. In the Shastra, it is said that by taking this 14 niyam, samudra jeklu pap bindu jeklu thai jai. That means the ocean, lots of karmas influx are stopped by taking this 14 niyams. So this was the second stage of the yoga sadhana. And the third stage, we'll go up till the third stage, and then we'll discuss the remaining stage in the next session. But the third stage is called asana. Now, Kalikal Sarvagna Hemchandra Acharya says the third stage, one should only move to this stage of asana if you have followed the first 2 stages. Otherwise, this stage does not have any spiritual benefit if you are not following the first yam and niyam. So Kalikal Sarvagna Hemchandra Acharya describes various asanas in Yoga Shastra, but concludes that only comfortable and steady asanas should be used for the Dhyan sadhana. So some of the asanas that are described in Yoga Shastra are Prayankasan, Virasan, Vajrasan, Padmasan, Bhadrasan, Dandasan, Utkikasan, Godikasan, and Kauchot Mudra. So out of these asanas, 5 asanas are the most common and the most popular. These are Virasan, Vajrasan, Padmasan, Kausarg, and Sukhasan. Now, all the Tirthankars, they either use Padmasan or Kausarg for their Dhyan sadhana. But nowadays, in the 5th era, Padmasan is becoming more and more difficult. So people have started moving towards Ardha Padmasan or even Sukhasana, and that is perfectly fine. So the 2 most common asanas that we see today are either Kausar Mudra, or in Sukhasana. So what is asana and why it is important? So the Shastra meaning of asana is being motionless or being steady. In Jain agams, the asanas are referred to as positions. Now, it is very different from the Vedic philosophy or Hindu philosophy. In Hindu philosophy, asanas are more for health benefits. In Jain Shastra, the asanas are more for, kaya klesh, or for, kaya nirodh. So it has a completely different purpose. So asanas in Jain Shastra means basically some kind of position. So there are 3 types of position as described in Jain Agams. There is a Kausok Mudra, that is standing position. There is Padmasana, Vajrasana, that is sitting position. And ultimately, there is a sleeping position called Savasana. So it is said that Sadhak Atma should practice all the being motionless or steady in all the 3 positions. So one of the main objectives of the asana is to at least develop one position that you can sit without movement or without pain for long periods of time for your dhyan sadhana. So the main purpose is to keep your spinal cord straight to prepare for long periods of anupreksha and dhyan. So without this asana, anupreksha and dhyan becomes very, very difficult. So in our Shastra, there are 4 steps towards achieving Dhyan. And the 4 steps, the first step is called Kaya Nirodh, second step is called Indriya Nirodh, third step is Vachan Nirodh, and fourth step is called Nirvikalp Dasha. So this ashan is the first step. It is called Kaya Nirodh. Disciplining the body, making the body motionless, steadying the body. This all forms under the first step towards Dhyan. That is called Kaya Nirodh. The ashanas are described in various shastras, Sutra Krutangagam, Brihad Kalp Bhashya, and Uttradhyan Sutra. And in these sutras, they all refer ashan to as Kaya Klesh. And we saw Kaya Klesh as one of the Bhaya Tat. The sixth Bhaya Tat was Kaya Klesh. So in this shastra, it is said that sitting, standing, or sleeping for prolonged period of time to endure hardship and basically trying to tolerate with Subh Dhyan is called ashan. So Acharya Subh Chandra Vijayji Maharaj Sahib in the 10th century has written a shastra called Jnana Varna. And in this shastra, he says that Sadhaka Atma, who practices and masters this ashan, does not feel any pain or sorrow and is not troubled by external environmental conditions like heat, cold, or even, the various animals or various creatures. They do not bother him. And this becomes very, very important when you are doing anupreksha or when you are doing dhyan. So these are the 3 steps I wanted to discuss today. There are 5 more steps. That is pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. That we'll discuss in the next session. So the whole purpose of taking this topic in the Namaskara Mantra is because I want to talk about the dhyan of Namaskara Mantra. And one of the questions that I get from people is why I don't get result when I'm doing dhyan of Namaskara Mantra. The basic reason is, you don't follow the steps. If there is no yam, there is no following of 5 anuvrats, there is no niyam or pachkan, if there is no proper asan, then you cannot move or make a spiritual progress towards dhyan of Namaskar Mantra. So, yeah, that concludes today's session.
So, is it open for questions?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
Okay, so the first question was related to the Arsat Gun, the 68 akshar that you had mentioned. The first 35 was from the Panch Parmeshti, but the next 33 are basically representing from the Chulikas, right? So
Right,
that
right.
33. So when I am doing so my question is, when I am reciting Navkar Mantra, am I asking for forgiveness for those 33 achatnas, or how do I relate that?
Yes.
Like, because I
So,
am not
yeah.
into the sadhu jivan, so are they those achatnas still valid for me? I don't know.
Yes, so that is a very good question. So one of the reasons for all the 4 rahashyas is to progress towards doing anupreksha. Dhyan is much higher category, but first step before dhyan is anupreksha. And later on in our sessions we will discuss how to use these 4 rahashyas. So when we talk about, say, the 4th rahasya, that is Pantre's gun of Mankansari Jivan and 33 asatnas. So when you are doing anupreksha dhyan or anupreksha, when you say na, right, you think in your mind the first gun of Mankansari Jivan, and the first gun is Nyay Upachit Dhan. Okay, so when you speak mo, you concentrate on second gun of Mankansari Jivan, and that is Uchit Viva. So this is a method that Shastra, Sadhu Bhagwans have developed for anupreksha, and anupreksha is basically concentration. So your mind should not go out of, it should not wander around, and that is a main reason of all these rahashyas. Now the good question is, last 33 asatnas. Now the last 33 asatnas, they also apply to us. Not all the asatnas, but lots of asatnas, they also apply to us. Like, for example, when Guru Maharaj Sahib is speaking to us, interrupting Guru Maharaj Sahib, it applies to us. There is asadna that you are sitting at higher level, higher ashan than Guru Maharaj Sahib, or doing some kind of avinay to Guru Maharaj Sahib. Even gochri, if you are, you yourself have to follow the 42 dosh of gochri. You should offer the gochri that is devoid of 42 dosh. So all those also apply to us. So the whole reason is whenever you are doing the char chulika pad, and whenever you are reciting each and every aksar, you have to think of each and every asadna. It may or may not apply to you, but you still have to think. And the main purpose is your mind is conditioned and being concentrated on that particular thing. It will not go out. So that will create an environment where you make a spiritual progress and you can move from anupreksha towards dhyan. So that was the whole purpose.
Oh, okay. So basically, you want to be focused, and the
Focus.
focus is when you would know the meaning behind it. So now,
Exactly.
Namori Antanam na Same, you have to write it down that what na stands and mo stands. So that way, reading through it over and over will help you. All right, excellent. My second question was about this 14 niyams, the 14 niyams that are there. So now to bring it into practice. So when you said that, okay, you have to say niyam for divas also, and then niyam for night, the same 14 niyams. So what is it? Do I have a sutra? Do I recite? Do I just go as a Navkar Sinu Pachkhan? Like how, what should I do ritually, which means that I am doing this 14 niyam?
Okay, yeah, that is a good question. And I know there are some people in our Sangh here in GSH, they are taking this 14 niyams. But what people usually do is you create a chart for yourself. That the charts are also available online, but you create a chart, kind of Excel sheet, and you write this 14 niyams. And for morning and evening, you can fill this chart for each and every day. So these 14 niyams are, you have to say this, sutra, Sachit Dava Vigai Van Tambal Vatta Kusumesu Van Mambani Sinar Bhattesu. So these are the 14 niyams. So you have to basically think, you can do this mentally as well, but during the first month or 2 months, make sure it is important that you write it down. So you remember all the 14 niyams, and then you just think about each and every niyam, and what niyam and pachkan you have to take in each and every category, so you can write it down. So you can write it down for morning and write it down for evening. For night, right? For night it is completely different because you're not going to eat, right? So sachit tyag, achit tyag, it's all complete, right? So you can create that kind of table for yourself. But after that, after a couple of months, you will become expert and you won't even have to write it down.
Okay, so basically take it before, right? I mean, not like the do's and don'ts, like you do it and then you check it off. No, you have to take the pran pella, the niyam pella levano, and then implement it, right?
Yeah. So for any niyam, right, and like any pachkan, you have to take pachkan before, right, and implementation is later. So then only pachkan ka mahatva hai, right? So pachkan is,
Got
or
it.
niyam is always before. So usually, people take before Namaskar se, and then before they do TVR or Chaviyar, they take the second niyam.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you going to post all this literature what you presented today on the group?
Yes, I will. Yeah, I will post the presentation in the group. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions?
या चेतन भाई मुझे पूछना था जो आप बता रहे थे कि नवकार मंत्र जिस तरह से ध्यान से करना चाहिए राइट तो अब जैसे आपने पूरा अर्थ समझाया तो समटाइम्स वी माइट नॉट बी एबल टू डू इट दैट वे बट देन लेट्स से आई स्टिल एम डूइंग माय नवकार मंत्र जाप और उसमें मेरा ध्यान जैसे मैं भगवान की पूजा कर रही हूँ उसमें सो अंगूठे पे लाइक नमो अरिहंताणम देन दूसरे अंगूठे पे नमो सिद्धाणम so that way I'm trying to focus and concentrate on the कार mantra ताकि उससे मेरा ध्यान ना हटे So is that still beneficial or no? This is no, I mean,
नहीं 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 मतलब all the ways are fine. There is no right or wrong way.
okay.
So मतलब वो ना खुद को सोचने का है कि तुम नवअंग की पूजा करते हो और उसमें तुम्हारा ध्यान रहता है कि नहीं रहता है, या
Right.
तुम्हारा माइंड वॉन्डर होता है. अभी नवअंग की पूजा क्या वेरी सिंपल प्रोसेस है, और जनरली कुछ भी सिंपल चीज हो ना तो माइंड डाइवर्ट हो जाता है, राइट. पर अगर तुम ये जैसे पहला रहस्य लेके चलो और बोलो न न मतलब फर्स्ट पूर्व, राइट. पहला पूर्व क्या है, उसका नाम सोचो, उसमें क्या लिखा है वो सोचो, तो तुम्हारा ध्यान कहीं और जाएगा नहीं, बिकॉज इट इज अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रोसेस. तो पर तुमको अगर नवंग की पूजा में अगर 100% तुमको ऐसा ध्यान रहता हो, देन दैट्स परफेक्टली फाइन. द होल आइडिया इज कि तुम्हारा वो अनुप्रेक्षा लेवल पे आए. ध्यान तो बहुत दूर की बात है, ध्यान तो अनुभूति तक का बात है, पर अभी जो हम फॉलो करना चाहते हैं कि एटलीस्ट वी कम टू द 6th स्टेप, दैट इज अनुप्रेक्षा.
Okay. All right. And the other way where I was trying to focus on just on Navkar Mantra was मैं जैसे एक एक जो लेटर होता है नवकार मंत्र का, so I say नमो with each and every letter. So I say न नमो मो नमो अ नमो री नमो हन नमो ता नमो नम नमो. So that's the other way I was trying. So I hope it's okay.
नहीं नहीं बराबर है, दैट इज 100% फाइन. और शास्त्र में तो ऐसा भी लिखा है, मतलब तुमने जो बोला इट इज रिटन कि ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. एंड कोई भी सूत्र ऐसा कर सकते हैं. जैसे नमोत्तरम सूत्र है, तो नमोत्तरम सूत्र पे तो पूरा ललित विस्तार ग्रंथ है, राइट. तो उसमें ललित विस्तार ग्रंथ में हरिभद्र श्री महाराज साहब ने लिखा है कि कोई भी सूत्र ऐसा कर सकते हो. इवन नमोत्तरम सूत्र में क्या कर सकते हो, नमोत्तरम हरियंतानम, नमोत्तरम भगवंतानम, नमोत्तरम आयर्यानम. मतलब हर एक पद को तुम नमस्कार कर रहे हो, और वो भी भाव नमस्कार है, उसमें द्रव्य से नमस्कार नहीं है, भाव नमस्कार है. तो हर एक सूत्र में तुम ऐसा कर सकते हो.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
હેતલભાઈ આવી રીતે ઓલું પદ્મા કે ઓલું કમલ ધ્યાન પણ કે છે, ઓલું સિદ્ધ ચક્ર જે રીતે રાખીને એ રીતે પણ કરે.
હા, that is also very good. એ છે ને મતલબ આઈ થિંક થર્ડ સેશનમાં કે ફોર્થ સેશનમાં આપણે લઈશું, એમાં કમળનું ધ્યાન, પછી કલર્સનું ધ્યાન. એટલે આપણે છે ને ધ્યાનના ઘણા પ્રકારો છે. એમાં પહેલા છે પદસ્થ ધ્યાન, પછી પિંડસ્થ ધ્યાન, રૂપસ્થ ધ્યાન ને રૂપાતીત ધ્યાન. તો આ છે પદસ્થ ધ્યાનમાં કમળનું ધ્યાન આવે છે. એટલે વી વિલ ટોક અબાઉટ ડિફરન્ટ ટાઈપ્સ ઓફ ધ્યાન. અને એમાં આ કમળનું ધ્યાન એકદમ જબરજસ્ત છે. એ કલિકાલ સર્વજ્ઞે યોગશાસ્ત્રમાં જ આપ્યું છે એ કમળનું ધ્યાન. અને એમાં એનું વર્ણન આવે છે કે કમળનું ધ્યાન કેવી રીતે કરવું, અને કમળને હૃદયમાં કેવી રીતે સ્થાપિત કરવું. અને ધેટ ઇઝ વેરી ગુડ, ધેટ ઇઝ પરફેક્ટ. એમાંથી એવું કહેવાય છે 500 સાગરો પમના નરકના આયુષ્ય તૂટે છે કમળના ધ્યાનથી.
So basically, when we are using this word dhyan, we are actually using it so lightly. I mean, dhyan to kitla pachhalni stage par છે. જ્યારે અમે આ basic વસ્તુમાં જ્યાં mind ને we are not letting it wander, we think that this is dhyan, but actually this is preparation for dhyan. And then when we make a comment saying that કે અમારું ધ્યાન તૂટી ગયું, so it is not that easy, right? Because it takes a while to go to that level.
Exactly. And then that was something I wanted to point out by taking this topic, કે લોકો મતલબ હવે શું થઈ ગયું છે કે this has become more of a business. અને લોકો શું કહે છે કે આપણે મેડિટેશન કરીએ છીએ, ધ્યાન કરીએ છીએ, પણ એ બધું બરાબર છે. ઓકે, that all is well and good, but that only helps your body or probably helps your mind. પણ ત્યાં સુધી જ પણ જે આપણે જે ધ્યાનની વાત કરીએ છીએ, જે કલિકાલ સર્વજ્ઞ હેમચંદ્રાચાર્ય જે ધ્યાનની વાત કરી છે, કમ્પ્લીટલી અલગ છે. That is not કે તમે શાંતિથી મેડિટેશનમાં બેસી જાઓ અને જીવનમાં કોઈ પ્રકારનું યમ ના હોય, કોઈ પ્રકારનું નિયમ ના હોય, કોઈ પ્રત્યાહાર ના હોય, ઇન્દ્રિયોનો નિરોધ ના હોય, કશું ના હોય, અને લોકો ધ્યાનમાં બેસી જતા હોય. એટલે ઇટ ડઝ ગીવ બેનિફિટ્સ. એટલે એવું નથી કે ઇટ ડઝ નોટ ગીવ બેનિફિટ્સ, પણ એ બેનિફિટ્સ ખાલી હેલ્થ અને માઇન્ડના લેવલ પર છે, રાઈટ. એ સ્ટ્રેસને ઓછો કરશે, પછી તમારે ટેન્શન ઓછું કરશે, તમારી બોડી ફિઝિકલી ઇમ્પ્રુવ કરશે, પણ એ બધું કરશે. પણ આપણે તો જે ધ્યાનની વાત કરી છે, ધ્યાનની વ્યાખ્યા એટલી બધી અદ્ભુત છે, અને એટલા બધા એટલા ઊંચા લેવલે આવે છે. મતલબ અત્યારે ઇવન સાધુ જીવનમાં ઓનલી અમુક આચાર્ય આ લેવલ પર પહોંચી શકે છે. જે આપણે ધ્યાન કીધું છે એ 7મા ગુણસ્થાનકનું ધ્યાન છે, એ સર્વવીરથી પછીનું આવે છે. એટલે એટલે this is નિશ્ચય, આપણે વ્યવહાર ધર્મ પછી જે નિશ્ચય લેવલ પર આપણે પ્રવેશ કરીએ છીએ ત્યારની આ ભૂમિકા છે, અને we are using this word very very lightly. એ આપણે, yeah, that is a very good point, and that is what I wanted to point out today, કે આપણે જીવનમાં બેઝિક પ્રિન્સિપલ્સ ફોલો કરીએ પહેલા, રાઈટ? નિયમ ને નિયમ ફોલો કરીએ, એટલીસ્ટ રાત્રિ ભોજન, કન્મૂર્ત, એ બધા પાપો ઓછા કરતા જઈએ. કારણ કે ધ્યાન શું છે, એ કર્મ નિર્જરાથી પ્રાપ્ત થાય છે. એ ખાલી મેડિટેશનમાં બેસવાથી પ્રાપ્ત થતું નથી. એ કર્મની નિર્જરાથી થતું પ્રાપ્ત થતું એ સ્ટેજ છે, અને 7th સ્ટેજ છે. અને પછી ધ્યાન પછી ડાયરેક્ટ સમાધિ છે, સમાધિ, અને પછી મોક્ષ છે એના પછી. એટલે ઇટ્સ વેરી વેરી હાઈ લેવલ જે આપણે ધ્યાનની વાત કરીએ છીએ.
ओके, सो बेसिकली इस तरह के जो मतलब नवकार मंत्र का अर्थ जो हम समझ रहे हैं, राइट? तो इस तरह के ध्यान करने से मतलब यू आर मोर टुवर्ड्स द सम्यक दर्शन पार्ट, राइट? व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू से, आई मीन आई जस्ट वांटेड टू अंडरस्टैंड.
राइट, या मतलब दिस इज द प्रोसेस, राइट? ये जो 8 स्टेप्स है योग साधना के, दिस इज द 8 सिक्वेंशियल स्टेप्स, राइट? तुम डायरेक्ट 3rd स्टेप को कर नहीं सकती हो. मतलब इवन दो आसन इज वेरी वेरी सिंपल, राइट? यू जस्ट सिट इन अ स्टेडी पोजीशन, और फिर तुम ज्ञान मुद्रा में तुम करो. पर कलिकाल सर्वज्ञ बोल रहे हैं कि पहले जो 1st और 2nd स्टेप जीवन में आया नहीं हो, उसमें 3rd स्टेप का कोई महत्व नहीं है, बिकॉज दैट विल जस्ट गिव यू फिजिकल बेनिफिट्स, पर स्पिरिचुअल बेनिफिट्स उसमें मिलेगा नहीं. तो दिस इज ऑल सिक्वेंशियल प्रोसेस. तो अनुप्रेक्षा तो 6th स्टेप है, राइट? और अनुप्रेक्षा के लिए ये चार रहस्य, ऐसे तो काफी सारे रहस्य है, पर दिस 4 रहस्य क्या है कि यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट इन लाइफ, एंड इट इज वेरी इजी. और ना, मतलब जैसे पता है, ये अपने पास नौकार मंत्र का वो है अनानुपूर्वी आपने अगर पढ़ा हो, उसमें 1 2 3 4 5 जैसे पहला 5 पद का होता है या पहले 9 पद का अनानुपूर्वी होता है. दैट ऑल्सो वी विल कवर. और उसमें क्या होता है कि यू काउंट द फर्स्ट 5 पद इन ऑल द ऑर्डर्स, राइट? तो टोटल 120 ऑर्डर्स होते हैं. तो जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल, नमो हरियंतारम, नमो सिद्धारम, नमो आयर्यरम, नमो उज्जयनम, नमो लोहे सवसावरम. फिर नमो सिद्धारम, नमो हरियंतारम, नमो आयर्यरम, नमो उज्जयनम, नमो लोहे सवसावरम, नमो हरियंतारम, नमो आयर्यरम, नमो सिद्धारम, नमो, ऐसा. तो 120 तक तुम ऐसा काउंट कर सकते हो, एंड दैट इज ऑल्सो पार्ट ऑफ अनुप्रेक्षा. तो ये ना तुम मेंटली करने का, मतलब स्टार्टिंग में शायद बुक यूज करना पड़े, पर फिर ये 5 पदों का अनानुपूर्वी पूरा माइंड में गिनने का. और ये तुम कभी भी गिन सकते हो. तुम जैसे अगर जिम कर रही हो, वॉकिंग कर रही हो ना, तो भी यू कैन डू दिस इन योर माइंड. मतलब पापा तो कभी वॉकिंग करने के लिए जाते तो पूरा अनानुपूर्वी गिन लेते हैं.
आई एम श्योर.
या मतलब दिस इज वेरी वेरी हेल्पफुल. मतलब इवन मतलब ये तुम एक बार करने लगोगी ना, तो तुम्हारा माइंड कहीं और जाएगा नहीं.
Can you say that again, how it is to be done?
इट इज कॉल्ड अनानुपूर्वी. और अनानुपूर्वी में तुम 5 पदों का कर सकती हो या 9 पदों का. 9 पदों का इज वेरी वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स. मतलब मैं 5 पदों का करता हूँ, 9 पदों का मेरे को आता नहीं है. पर 5 पदों का क्या है कि जैसे 1 2 3 4 5, 2 1 3 4 5, 1 3 2 4 5, 3 1 2 4 5, 2 3 1 4 5, 3 2 1 4 5, राइट? तो ये फर्स्ट सेट हुआ. ऐसे 120 तक जाता है. फिर दूसरे में 1 2 3 5 4.
Oh, do you have the order? I'm sorry.
मेरे पास पूरा बुक है उसका, अनानुपूर्वी का पूरा बुक है.
Okay.
तो मैं ना वो तुमको स्कैन करके या मैं फोटो लेके भेज देता हूँ. तो पहले तुमको वो प्रैक्टिस में तुमको अपने पास रखने का और गिनने का. फिर उसके बाद धीरे धीरे यू हैव टू वो बुक रिमूव कर देने का. और फिर उसमें तुमको इतना आनंद आएगा ना. मतलब स्टार्टिंग में काफी श्रम पड़ेगा, स्टार्टिंग में इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट, पर धीरे धीरे 1 महीने बाद तुम्हारा ध्यान कहीं और जाएगा ही नहीं. यू विल कंप्लीटली कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड ऑन द नौकार मंत्र. और तुम्हारा वो 15 मिनट लगता है, और 15 मिनट तुम्हारा इट विल कंप्लीटली फोकस. मतलब दैट इज ऑल्सो अनुप्रेक्षा. मतलब तुम देयर इज नो लिमिट, राइट? तुम क्या करते हो. पर ये जो 4 रहस्य है ना, वो भद्रंकर महाराज साहब ने बताए हैं. तो उसका मीनिंग ना कुछ और है, क्योंकि भद्रंकर महाराज साहब ने उन्होंने खुद 9 करोड़ नौकार मंत्र गिने हैं, और उन्होंने नौकार मंत्र के रहस्य को समझा है. और उन्होंने समझ के हमको ये 4 रहस्य हमको दिया है। तो अगर ये 4 रहस्य तुम यूज करो तो उसका पुण्य कुछ और ही होता है, उसका मीनिंग, क्योंकि उनके 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 में अनुभूति से आया है ये सब रहस्य।
वाह, ओके, थैंक यू।
चेतन भाई,
हाँ,
अभी कोई भी सूत्र का अर्थ समझ के तुम करो तो डेफिनेटली भाव और ज्यादा होते हैं। लेकिन समझो जैसे मैं बहुत सारी चीजें करती हूँ पर मुझे ना उनका मीनिंग पता नहीं है, पर मैं करती हूँ क्योंकि किसी ने बोला है। तो मतलब इज इट ऑल गोइंग वेस्टेड? और भाव भी मेरे उतने प्योर तो नहीं होते, बट इतना है कि एक फॉलो करती हूँ। तो फिर मुझे ये पूछना था कि डज इट गो वेस्ट, या वो भाव कैसे आएगा?
देखो कुछ भी वेस्ट नहीं है, तुम कुछ भी करो, कुछ भी तुम, शास्त्र में लिखा है, मतलब कलिकाल श्रवण ने खुद लिखा है कि कोई भी द्रव्य क्रिया, जो द्रव्य क्रिया में भाव भी ना हो, राइट, तुम्हारा माइंड कंप्लीटली वॉन्डर कर रहा हो, ऐसी भी द्रव्य क्रिया पुण्य का अनुबंध करती है। तो देयर इज नथिंग इन दिस लाइफ दैट इज वेस्टेड। तो धर्म का तुम कुछ भी करो, इवन तुम्हारा माइंड उसमें उपयोग नहीं हो, फिर भी वो पुण्य का अनुबंध ही करेगी, क्योंकि वो द्रव्य क्रिया है। फिर नेक्स्ट स्टेप तुम भाव क्रिया में जाओ, और फिर देयर आर 4 स्टेप्स, वो हम कभी डिस्कस करेंगे। द्रव्य क्रिया है, फिर इच्छा की क्रिया है, और फिर शास्त्र क्रिया है, और फिर सामर्थ्य योग की क्रिया है। पर तुम अगर माइंड में उपयोग नहीं रहे तो भी वो पुण्य का अनुबंधी करेगी। तो उसका दुख, मतलब उसका वो होने की जरूरत नहीं है, पर ओनली थिंग यू हैव टू मूव टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेप। द्रव्य क्रिया करते करते यू हैव टू डू इच्छा योग की क्रिया। तो उसमें इच्छा योग मतलब उसमें तुम्हारी इच्छा अंदर जाए, और फिर उसके बाद वो क्रिया को शुद्ध करते करते शास्त्र योग की क्रिया करनी है। शास्त्र की क्रिया मतलब शुद्ध क्रिया। तो वो प्रोसेस है, और फिर लास्ट में सामर्थ्य योग की क्रिया है। पर नथिंग इज वेस्टेड, तुमको पुण्य का अनुबंध तो करने वाली है।
और जैसे अब बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि इग्नोरेंस की वजह से, जैसे जैसे पचकान नहीं ले देना, अगर हम कुछ भी तब कुछ भी करें तो उसका फल नहीं होता है, राइट? वो पर वो सपोज वो वी वर इग्नोरेंट अबाउट दैट नॉलेज और किया, अभी ये पता चल गया कि पचकान लेना है, और अगर हम फिर भी नहीं लेके अगर कुछ करते हैं तो उसमें कोई पाप लगता है कि
नहीं
अब
नहीं
तो
नहीं नहीं
नॉलेज है
नहीं,
फिर भी
पुण्य का
हम।
अनुबंधी होगा। पचकान के बिना भी तुम कुछ त्याग करो, फिर भी पुण्य का अनुबंधी है उसमें भी। उसमें पुण्य का अनुबंध है। मतलब अपने में पचकान ना बहुत डिफरेंट टाइप्स के हैं, और कितने पचकान ना धारणा पचकान है। मतलब तुमको अगर पचकान लेना भी नहीं आता हो, तुम सिर्फ मुट्ठी, उसका मुट्ठी से का पचकान बोलते हैं, सिर्फ तुम मुट्ठी करो हाथ में, और फिर तुम सोचो कि मेरे को 1 घंटे के लिए मौन, और तुम 3 नौकर गनो, तो वो पचकान हो गया। तो इवन वो, मतलब देयर आर सो मेनी डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ पचकान, और कोई भी चीज अपने में त्याग करने से पुण्य का अनुबंधी होने वाला है।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच कल भाई। ओह माय गॉड, हमने बहुत सारी चीजें आज पहली बार सुनी हुई थी लाइफ में, पहली बार। आप डेफिनेटली इसका रिकॉर्डिंग रखना एंड प्लीज शेयर इट। वी हैव टू, आई हैव टू सी।
जय जिनेन्द्र चैतल, एक मारो बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन હતો, સંકેત બોલું છું। આપણે નવકાર મંત્ર કઈ લેંગ્વેજ માં લખ્યો કહેવાય? આપણે કોઈને કહેવું હોય કે આ સંસ્કૃત ભાષામાં છે કે
ના, સંસ્કૃતમાં નથી। આપણે નૌકાર છે ને અર્ધમાગધી ભાષામાં છે। એટલે છે ને મેં આ ક્વેશ્ચન હમણે જ પૂછ્યો હતો મહારાજ સાહેબને, જીન પ્રેમ વિજય મહારાજ સાહેબને, સપ્ટેમ્બરમાં લાસ્ટ યર। અને એમને કીધું નૌકાર મંત્ર એ થોડો પ્રાકૃત છે અને થોડો અર્ધમાગધી છે। ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ ઇન સંસ્કૃત। એ પ્રાકૃત ને અર્ધમાગધીનું મિક્સચર છે। અને શું છે કે આ નૌકાર મંત્ર ઇઝ અ શાશ્વત મંત્ર। એટલે શું છે કે દરેક સમયમાં પોતાના લેંગ્વેજમાં નૌકાર મંત્ર આવતો હોય છે. એટલે આપણા જ્યારે આ નૌકાર મંત્ર જ્યારે લખાયો ત્યારે પ્રાકૃત ને અર્ધમાર્ગી ચાલતી હતી. એની પહેલા જ્યારે પાર્શ્વનાથ ભગવાન, એની પહેલા નમીનાથ ને નેમિનાથ ભગવાન હતા, તો એ વખતે અલગ લેંગ્વેજ ચાલતી હતી અને એ લેંગ્વેજમાં નૌકાર મંત્ર લોકો બોલતા હતા. પણ એનું જે મૂળ રહસ્ય છે, મૂળ મિનિંગ છે, એ સેમ ને સેમ રહે છે. એ મિનિંગ શાશ્વત રહે છે. ખાલી એના જે કેવી રીતે લખાય છે અને કેવી રીતે બોલાય છે એ થોડો ચેન્જ થાય છે. બાકી એનું મિનિંગ સેમ ને સેમ રહે છે. એટલે મિનિંગની દ્રષ્ટિએ, અર્થની દ્રષ્ટિએ શાશ્વત છે, પણ એનું લખાણ અને બોલવાનું એ કાળ પ્રમાણે ચેન્જ થતું જાય છે.
અચ્છા, એટલે આપણે અત્યારે એવું કહી શકીએ કે અત્યારનો નૌકાર મંત્ર મહાવીર સ્વામીના સમયથી આપણને મળ્યો છે. પાર્શ્વનાથ સમયે એટલે બીજા મહાવીર સ્વામીના એની પહેલાના જે તીર્થંકરો સમયમાં કદાચ નૌકાર મંત્ર હતો, પણ બીજી લેંગ્વેજમાં અને બીજા સ્વરૂપે હતો.
એક્ઝેક્ટલી એ મને મહારાજ સાહેબ એક્ઝેક્ટલી આ વાત કરી હતી કે એનું લેંગ્વેજ બદલાય, એનું પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન પણ બદલાય, અને પણ એનો અર્થ સેમ ને સેમ રહે. અર્થ કોઈ દિવસ ના બદલાય.
ઓકે, ધેટ મેક સેન્સ. અને આપણે આને શાશ્વતો એટલે કહીએ છીએ કે બહુ ટાઈમથી આવે છે ને ભવિષ્યમાં પણ રહેશે. કદાચ લેંગ્વેજ જેમ કીધું કે અલગ અલગ લેંગ્વેજમાં રહેશે, પણ અર્થ અને એનું સ્વરૂપ આવું જ રહેશે.
રાઈટ એક્ઝેક્ટલી. એટલે છે ને નૌકાર મંત્ર અર્થથી શાશ્વત છે અને લેંગ્વેજ અને એથી શાશ્વત છે. પણ બીજી વસ્તુ એ છે કે આપણે જયારે ગણધર ભગવંતોએ બધા સૂત્રોની રચના કરી ભગવાન મહાવીરના સમયે, તો આપણે અહીંયા પરંપરા છે જૈન શાસનમાં કે કોઈ પણ સૂત્રો ના કોઈ પણ અક્ષરો એમાં કોઈ પણ ચેન્જ ના કરી શકે, કોઈ પણ ફેરફાર ના કરી શકે. એટલે આપણે જેવી રીતે નમોતુરમ સૂત્ર આવ્યું છે, જે નમોતુરમ સૂત્ર જે ગણધર ભગવાન તે લખ્યું છે, એ જ એક્ઝેક્ટ એ જ વર્ડમાં આવ્યું છે. એ નમોતુરમ અરિહંતાણમ એને એ જ સ્વરૂપે આપણી પાસે આવ્યું છે. પછી એ આપણે 2600 વર્ષમાં કોઈ પણ આચાર્ય ભગવંત કે કોઈએ પણ એમાં ફેરફાર કર્યો નથી. સો એ આપણું એટલું મોટું ભાગ્ય છે, આપણે સદભાગ્ય છે કે આપણે જે સૂત્રો અત્યારે કરીએ છીએ ડાયરેક્ટ ગણધર ભગવંતોના સૂત્રો છે, અને એને એ જ શબ્દોમાં અને એને એ જ સ્વરૂપમાં. સો ધેટ ઇઝ વેરી બિગ. અને અત્યારે પણ કોઈ પણ સૂત્રોમાં કોઈ પણ ફેરફાર કરી ના શકે કોઈ પણ સાધુ ભગવંત.
અચ્છા, ઓકે.
તો પછી આપણું આ અતિચાર સૂત્ર જે છે, જે which is so easy to understand, આપણી ગુજરાતી ભાષા જેવું લાગે, તો એ કેવી રીતના હશે? એ કોઈ ગણધર ભગવાનનું રચિત સૂત્ર છે કે?
ના, એ છે અતિચાર છે ને, એ છે વંદિતુનું એક્સપ્લેનેશન છે. એટલે વંદિતુ સૂત્રમાં 124 અતિચાર આવે છે, અને એ 124 અતિચાર ને સમજવા માટે એનું ગુજરાતી ટ્રાન્સલેશન કર્યું છે. પણ વંદિતુ જે મેઇન સૂત્રમાં કોઈ પણ ફેરફાર કરી ના શકે. એટલે જે સૂત્રો ગણધર ભગવાન તો રચ્યા છે, એ સૂત્રો તો એના એ જ રહે. પણ હવે શું છે કે વંદિતુ સૂત્રનો મિનિંગ લોકોને બધાને ખબર ના હોય, અને લોકો જયારે સૂત્રો બોલે પ્રતિક્રમણમાં, તો એવા પ્રકારના ભાવો પણ આવે નહીં, એવા પ્રકારના પાપોની વિચારણા પણ આપણે કરી શકીએ નહીં. તો એટલે સાધુ મહારાજે આ વંદિતુ સૂત્રનું એમને ટ્રાન્સલેશન કરીને આખું ગુજરાતીમાં સૂત્ર બનાવ્યું છે, અને એ અતિચાર છે. પણ એક્ઝેક્ટ વંદિતુ સૂત્રનું મિનિંગ છે. એક ગાતા વંદિતુ સૂત્રની આપણે એક ગાતા અતિચારમાં આવે છે.
Oh, so we are so blessed. I mean, like you said, 2600 years થી એ સૂત્ર આપણને એઝ અ ગિફ્ટ તરીકે આપણે બોલી શકીએ, અને છોકરાઓ નેક્સ્ટ જનરેશનના રિસાઇટ કરી શકે છે. તો I think we should let the kids know about this, કે what they are reciting is actually a blissful thing which is coming from Gandhars. I mean, that's amazing.
એટલે તો એવરી સૂત્ર આપણે મંત્ર સમાન છે. એટલે આપણે તો કેટલી વાર શું છે, આપણે પ્રતિક્રમણ કરીએ પણ આપણે સૂત્રનો અર્થ ખબર ના હોય. પણ સૂત્રનો અર્થ અગર ખબર ના હોય ને, તો પણ આપણે સૂત્રોને ખાલી મંત્ર સમાન આપણે ગણીએ અને મંત્ર સમાન આપણે સાંભળીએ, તો પણ એમાં કેટલા આપણા પાપો અને દોષો એમાં જતા રહે છે. કારણ કે આ મંત્ર, આ સૂત્રો છે ને, શક્તિપાત થયેલો છે ગણધર ભગવાનનો, અને એમાં શક્તિઓ રહેલી છે. એટલે બસ આપણે ખાલી એમાં ભાવ કરવાની જરૂર છે કે આ સૂત્રો બેઝિકલી મંત્રો સમાન છે. આપણે જો ભાવાર્થ આવડતો હોય તો બહુ સરસ, તો આપણે એમાં આપણે ભાવ લાવી શકીએ. પણ ભાવાર્થ ના આવડતો હોય તો પણ આપણે એને મંત્ર સમાન ગણીએ અને પ્રતિક્રમણ કરીએ તો પણ એનું ફળ મળતું હોય છે.
ચૈતલ, બીજો એક જનરલ ક્વેશ્ચન આમ આવે છે. આપણે આઈ નો કે આપણે આ ગણધરવાદ પણ કરીએ છીએ અને એમાં બધા જ બ્રાહ્મણો હતા, આપણા બધા ગણધરો, અને બધા જ એકદમ જ શાસ્ત્રમાં અને વેદોમાં એકદમ નિપુણ હતા. તો એમને રચના સંસ્કૃતમાં ના કરી અને આ લેંગ્વેજ લીધી, એનું કોઈ ખાસ કારણ હતું પ્રાકૃત અને
ના એટલે છે ને ના એવું નથી. આપણે અમુક સૂત્રો આપણે સંસ્કૃતમાં છે, આપણે જે સકલારત બોલીએ છીએ એ સંસ્કૃતમાં છે. સકલારત સૂત્ર એ આખું સંસ્કૃતમાં રચેલું છે, એટલે અમુક સૂત્રો આપણે સંસ્કૃતમાં આવે છે, પણ આપણા જે મૂળ જે આપણે સૂત્રો છે, જે 2 પ્રતિક્રમણ, એ બધા આપણે પ્રાકૃતમાં આવે છે. અને એ વખતે શું હતું કે આ લોકો જે ગણધર ભગવાનનો તો સહયોગક્ષમ જ્ઞાનનો સહયોગક્ષમ અદ્ભુત હતો. એ લોકોને લેંગ્વેજ શીખવા જવું ના પડે. એ લોકોને તો ખાલી ભગવાન ખાલી ઉપનયવા વિઘ્નયવા ધોયેવા બોલે, એમાં તો 14 પૂર્વનું અને 14 અને 12 અંગનું જ્ઞાન તો એમ જ આવી જાય ડાયરેક્ટ, એક ક્ષણમાં, એક સમયમાં આવી જાય એ જ્ઞાન. એટલે એમને કઈ લેંગ્વેજનો કોઈ બાધક હોતી નથી ગણધર ભગવંતોએ. પણ આ જે અમુક સૂત્રો જે કીધું એ સંસ્કૃતમાં રચેલું છે. એનું કારણ એ છે કે કલિકાલ સંવર્ગને તો 800 વર્ષ પહેલા થયા, અને કલિકાલ સંવર્ગને સકલારા જ રચ્યું, પણ જે ગણધર ભગવંતોએ રચ્યું એ બધું પ્રાકૃતમાં છે.
અચ્છા, ઓકે. એટલે કદાચ એ વખતે લોકલ લેંગ્વેજમાં વધારે સમજ પડે, પ્રોબેબલી એ રીઝન બી હોઈ શકે કદાચ.
હા, એટલે રીઝન હા કદાચ હોઈ શકે. એ વખતે ને અર્ધમાગધી ચાલતી હતી, પણ આપણે અર્ધમાગધીમાં નૌકાર મંત્ર અર્ધમાગધીમાં થોડો છે, પણ બાકી સૂત્રો તો મન નહીં લાગતું અર્ધમાગધીમાં હોય. જનરલી પ્રાકૃત જ વધારે યુઝ થતું હતું સૂત્રો માટે. હવે એનું રીઝન પણ ખબર નથી કેમ પ્રાકૃતમાં રચ્યું. એ કદાચ કોઈ મારા સાહેબને પૂછવું પડે, કોઈ એનું કોઈ રીઝન હતું કે પ્રાકૃતમાં રચ્યું ઇન્સ્ટેડ ઓફ અર્ધમાગધી.
અચ્છા, ઓકે. એટલે એ વખતે એવું જેમ અત્યારે એમ કહેવાય કે ઇંગ્લિશ ઇઝ ધ લેંગ્વેજ ઓફ ઇલાઇટ, રાઈટ? અને એવી રીતે એ વખતે સંસ્કૃત પણ એમ કહેવાય કે લેંગ્વેજ ઓફ ઇલિટ. એમ મોટા મોટા પંડિતો ને બ્રાહ્મણો એ લેંગ્વેજમાં એમ વાત કરે, વિવાદ કરે, એવું બહુ સાંભળેલું છે.
એટલે પંડિતોની લેંગ્વેજ સંસ્કૃત હતી, પણ જે લોકલ જે ગામના પબ્લિક હતી એની લેંગ્વેજ અર્ધમાગધી હતી. એ લોકો સંસ્કૃત નતા બોલતા, એ લોકો અર્ધમાગધી બોલતા હતા.
ઓકે, ઓકે, અચ્છા.
Chetabhai, real quick question. આપણે જયારે ઇંગ્લિશ પ્રતિક્રમણ કરાવીએ છીએ ને, તો અતિચાર તો ચેન્જ કરેલા છે એમાં. અને I was under the impression, because we talk about current things, કે અત્યારે જે બધી આ ટાઈમમાં કે લાસ્ટ યરમાં જે બધું કર્યું હોય, જે ના કરવાનું હોય.
બરાબર છે. યા મતલબ મેં મતલબ આઈ એમ નોટ,
સો પછી that's not good, right? Because
મતલબ આઈ એમ નોટ સીન ધ ઇંગ્લિશ
અમને એવું
પ્રતિક્રમણ.
હતું કે આચાર્ય,
યા મને એકવાર સાંભળવું પડશે ઇંગ્લિશ પ્રતિક્રમણ. પણ જનરલી તમે છોકરાઓને
હા, એટલે it talks about like basically આપણે જે અહીંયા જે US માં જે રીતના સિન્સ થાય.
ના બરાબર છે. લાઈક ઇન જનરલ સેન્સ બરાબર છે. અને આપણે શું, તમે ઇંગ્લિશ પ્રતિક્રમણ કરો છો ઇટ જસ્ટ વન્સ ઇન અ યર, અને મેઇન તમારો ઉદ્દેશ્ય છે છોકરાઓને સમજાવવો. તો આઈ થિંક દેટ્સ ઓકે, દેટ્સ ઓકે. મતલબ કારણ કે તમારો આશય જ એ છે, રાઈટ? યોર આશય ઇઝ કે તમે છોકરાઓને જે અહીંના જે પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ છે, યુએસના પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ, એ તમે સમજાવો. સો આઈ થિંક ઇન દેટ સેન્સ ઇટ ઇઝ ઓકે કે એ રીતે જો છોકરાઓ સમજતા હોય તો એટલીસ્ટ એ રીતે છોકરાઓ સમજે. કારણ કે આમાં શું છે કે તમે છોકરાઓને મૂળ અતિચાર તમે સમજાવવા જાઓ, અને એમાં આ 33 આસાધના આવી જ જાય છે, રાઈટ? દર્શનાચારમાં સાધુ સાધ્વીની 33 આસાધના કીધી હોય, એ આવી જ જાય છે. હવે તમે 33 આસાધના તમે સમજાવવા જાઓ છોકરાઓને, તો એમને બહુ અઘરું પડે. they really will find it very very difficult. તો આઈ થિંક દેટ્સ ફાઇન. મતલબ તમારો મેઇન આશય છે, પણ ઓનલી થિંગ યુ મેક શ્યોર કે યુ કવર ઓલ ધ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ થિંગ્સ.
એટલે અમે જયારે બુક્સ બાય કરી હતી ઇંગ્લિશ પ્રતિક્રમણની, ત્યારે એવું કીધું હતું કે આ ઇન્ડિયામાં કોઈ આચાર્યના થ્રુ ગયું, લાઈક somebody has looked at it, કોઈ નથી કર્યું આમ જ, અને કે ઇટ્સ પ્રોપર કહેવાય. પણ
તો બરાબર જ હશે. તો પછી મારે કશું એમાં કહેવાની જરૂર નથી. હવે આચાર્ય ભગવંત ઇન્વોલ્વ હોય તો પછી it is as good as golden. તો પછી
બરાબર. We should then warn, right? મને નથી ખબર. Honestly, I thought કે at least that portion should be updated to your current life. So that's not the case. I mean, અહીંયા તો આપણે એમ કહીએ છીએ કે no, it should not change, right? So we should at least tell the kids કે this is not the real Samay.
ના, એ તો બરાબર છે. આપણે જે મૂળ સૂત્રોમાં કોઈ દિવસ કોઈ કાર્ય ફેરફાર આવવા ના જોઈએ. એ આપણો સિદ્ધાંત છે. બાકી તો જો ફેરફાર આવ્યો હોત તો આપણે મૂળ સૂત્ર મળ્યા જ ના હોત. આપણે જે પણ અત્યારે સૂત્રો મળ્યા છે આપણે એઝ ઇટ ઇઝ મળ્યા છે. ગર્દન ભગવંતોએ જે લખ્યું છે, જે વાણીમાં બોલ્યા છે, એ જ વાણીમાં આપણે એક્ઝેક્ટ એ જ શબ્દ અક્ષરે આવ્યો છે. તો એ સિદ્ધાંત તો આપણે વી હેવ ટુ ફોલો. પણ તમારે શું છે, ઇંગ્લિશ પ્રતિક્રમમાં યુ આર બેઝિકલી ડુઇંગ એક્સપ્લેનેશન, રાઈટ? તમે કઈ સૂત્રો બોલતા નથી, રાઈટ? ઇઝ ધેટ કરેક્ટ?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
તો પછી કઈ વાંધો નહીં. તો એક્સપ્લેનેશનમાં તો તમે ગમે તે કરી શકો, રાઈટ? હવે એક એક સૂત્રનો તો એકલાથી આપણે ટીકાઓ મળે છે, કેટલા બધા એક્સપ્લેનેશન્સ મળે છે, અને દરેક મહારાજ સાહેબ પોતાની રીતે એક્સપ્લેન કરતા હોય છે. એટલે દેટ ઇઝ ઓલ પરફેક્ટલી ફાઇન. તમે એક્સપ્લેન કરતા હો તો એમાં તો કઈ વાંધો નથી. પણ યુ કેન નોટ ચેન્જ વંદિતુ સર્વસિદ્ધે બદલે વંદિતુ હરિયંતાનું. યુ કેન નોટ ડુ ધેટ.
Okay, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, તો મૂળ સૂત્રોમાં ચેન્જ ના કરી શકો.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Any more questions?
This was a
Chetan,
wonderful session.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
was just
Thank you,
gonna say,
Chetan.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chetal bhai, this is really great knowledge. Very nice.
Thank you.
So are you going to announce or this is going to be once in a month, right? The class?
હા, અત્યારે તો વન્સ ઇન અ મંથ રાખ્યો છે. હવે આપણે નેક્સ્ટ સેશનમાં આપણે બીજા 5 સિદ્ધાંત લઈશું યોગશાસ્ત્રના, અને પછી we'll talk about various different types of ધ્યાન of Navakar Mantra. એટલે પછી મતલબ I want to cover this topic. બાકી છે ને લોકોને ખબર પડે નહીં કે ધ્યાન વસ્તુ શું છે. એટલે I wanted to create that awareness કે ધ્યાન છે શું આપણા જૈન શાસ્ત્રમાં.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
ચેતરભાઈ, એક નિયમનો ક્વેશ્ચન.
હા, બોલો.
મેં મહાવિગયનું લીધું છે પચકાણ, તો એમાં બટર આવી ગયું છે. તો અહીંયા જે વિગન બટર મળે એ ખવાય કે ન ખવાય? પણ
વિગન બટર એ મોટે ભાગે ફાઇન હશે, પણ ને એ છે ને પપ્પા થ્રુ કોઈ માણસ સાહેબને પૂછવું પડશે. એટલે આઈ કેનોટ સે યસ ઓર નો. કારણ કે આપણે છે ને બટર શું છે, બટર આપણે મહાવિગયમાં તો આવે છે, પણ એનું કારણ એ છે ને અનંત અનંત એમાં 3 જીવો ઉત્પત્તિ થાય છે એવું કહેવાય છે. હવે એકવાર પપ્પાને પૂછીને પછી કહું આ વિગન બટરમાં શું ઇન્ગ્રેડિયન્ટ્સ છે અને એનું શું કારણ છે. આપણે કોઈ
યુઝ્યુઅલી મેં એ જોયું છે કે ઓલિવ ઓઇલ અને બીજું ઓઇલ છે ને એ લોકો મિક્સ કરીને લાઈક ઓલું કરીને આપણે ઘરે પણ કરીએ તો એવું બની જાય છે. પણ લાઈક અહીંયા ડબ્બા મળે છે તો લઈ આવીએ છીએ. તો ખાલી મારે પૂછ્યું કારણ કે મેં પચકાણ લીધા છે ને એટલે ખવાય કે ન ખવાય. પછી
મોટે ભાગે બરાબર હોવું જોઈએ, પણ આ છે ને આ વસ્તુ મોટે ભાગે એવું છે ને કોઈ મહારાજ સાહેબ ને પણ મુશ્કેલ છે, કારણ કે એ લોકોને ખબર ના હોય.
ખબર નથી અહીંયાનું શું છે.
એટલે છે મતલબ આમ મને એવું લાગે છે કે ઇટ્સ ઓકે. મને એવું લાગે છે, પણ તો એ છે હું છે ને મતલબ આઈ જનરલી ટેલ પીપલ એક નિયમ કે આપણને કોઈ પણ વસ્તુમાં ડાઉટ હોય તો એનો ત્યાગ કરવો બેટર. કોઈ પણ વસ્તુમાં તો આપણને સપોઝ આપણને એવું લાગે કે રાત્રિ ભોજન કરાય કે ના કરાય, અને પીપલ ડુ લોટ્સ ઓફ આર્ગ્યુમેન્ટ્સ એન્ડ કાઉન્ટર આર્ગ્યુમેન્ટ્સ. તો એ કન્ડિશનમાં શું કરવું કે ભગવાનની આજ્ઞાનું પાલન કરવું. અને ભગવાનની આજ્ઞા છે રાત્રિ ભોજન ના કરાય. એટલે તમારે શું છે કે ભગવાનની આજ્ઞાનું પાલનનું જે મહત્વ છે, એનું પુણ્ય છે, એ વધારે મહત્વનું છે ઇન્સ્ટેડ ઓફ જીવ હિંસા. કારણ કે ભગવાનનું આજ્ઞાનું પાલન એ જ સમ્યક દર્શન છે. તમે એના પર શ્રદ્ધા, એનું પાલન એ જ સમ્યક દર્શન છે. તમે પછી આર્ગ્યુ કરો અને પછી માનો નહીં તો તમે સમ્યક દર્શન પણ રહે નહીં. તમે ચોથું ગુણસ્થાનક પણ રહે નહીં અને તમે ડાયરેક્ટ પહેલા ગુણસ્થાનક પણ પહોંચી જાઓ. એટલે કોઈ પણ કન્ડિશનમાં જયારે ડાઉટ હોય તો એનો ત્યાગ કરો વધારે સારો. અને એમાં છે ને ભગવાનનું આજ્ઞાનું પાલન થતું હોય છે એ વસ્તુમાં. હવે આ વિગન બટરમાં તો ખબર નહીં મને, પણ હું તો જનરલી બધાને એવું જ કહું, જો ખબર ના હોય તો ત્યાગ કરો.
ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, Jai Jinendra, thank you.
Jai Jinendra.
Thank you.
Jai Jinendra, thank you.